All right, Sunday quarterback time. Sean, man, what a Saturday night. We had a little bit of everything except scoring from Akron, who gets blanked for the second straight week to start their season. But Nebraska, after leaving Kansas City against Cincinnati, I think everybody was hoping that a night like tonight would happen, and it did.
Yeah, this is one of those nights where it all works. I mean, Dylan Raiola was hot. Emmett Johnson had big plays. The receivers were making one-hand catches. The punt return game was on. Special teams blocks a kick. Defense gets off the field on third down. Akron was 1 of 14 on third downs in this game. Everything you wanted to see really came out, and I thought it was even impressive, Andy. The backups came in, and they were rolling at a high level. I mean, this is kind of vintage Nebraska that we watch. I mean, we just haven't seen games like this in the last 15 years very often.
Yeah, Akron doing their best Pacific imitation. The Huskers go over 700 yards, more than 700 yards for the first time in a game in 11 years. And I'll tell you what, Dylan Raiola on Saturday night, 24-31, 364, 4 touchdowns. That's 6 touchdowns on the season, no interceptions.
Yeah, this was the kind of night. And Matt Rule made sure to point out, look, guys, Dylan completed 33 passes a week ago. And nobody was talking about it. Everybody was kind of critical of his day in Arrowhead, but a lot of it was how Cincinnati defended him, and Dylan Raiola showed great patience, completing 11 consecutive passes to end that game. Then he starts tonight, Andy, going 9 of 9 to go 20 consecutive completions in a row, shattering David Humm's record of 15 set back in 1975.
That's a long time ago. That is, what, 50 years ago?
It's my dad's senior year of high school.
Oh, my goodness. That is ancient there. I was at black and white coverage, I think, back then, black and white television. Hey, let's talk about the defense. First shutout in 16 years. And granted, you can knock Akron all you want, but you still got to make the plays, and the Huskers did it.
Yeah, Nebraska, you know, there were some bend but don't break moments, but when it mattered, they bowed up. They made plays. They got to the quarterback. They got off the field. You saw some new faces emerge in this game. I thought Cade Pedshock was a real promising bright spot. Desan McCullough flashed, and you know, you expect a guy like him too, but he made a few big plays early in this game. I thought the secondary as well was physical with their coverage. As John Butler has said, they're going to push the envelope, and they kind of did. They were penalized a few times, but I think John Butler's going to do that. I think he's going to say, hey, we're going to make them call it. And I think tonight you saw how physical Nebraska played on the back end.
Yeah, and what I like, Sean, is when they did pin Akron back for whatever reason, whether it be the Emmett Johnson fumble or what have you, they made Akron pay. You know?
Yeah, Akron just never had anything going in, and when they did, they blocked the field goal.
Right.
I mean, and Matt Rule was upset about that one moment that they got down there, but then what does Nebraska do? They blocked the field goal. So it was one of those nights, and you know, I cherish them because you don't see them very often anymore. It just and anywhere in college football, but we haven't seen them that often in Nebraska, where you know, scoring 40 points is hard to do, let alone what they did tonight.
Yeah, they haven't scored 68 in a game since 2012 when they beat Idaho State. They scored 73. Got to talk about Emmett Johnson. He was terrific, 140 yards. That's a career high for him. 3 total touchdowns, 2 on the ground, 1 in the air, or 1 receiving. He's take away the fumble. He had a pretty good night.
Yeah, Emmett Johnson, you know, the big thing I wanted to see were the explosive plays, and you saw him get a couple of those runs. The 47-yarder was his career-long run, and that kind of set the tone for the ground game. You saw some other backs get going, like Quentin Ives even later in the game. But I loved what Dana did as well with the backs in the receiving game. You know, there's so many options, and you know, when he puts the 2 backs on the hips of the quarterback, that's hard to defend because the linebackers, the safeties have to decide how to cover that. So there's a lot of great things that Dana Holgorsen did with the running back side as well in the passing game.
Yeah, Nelson and Mosey also had nice nights getting their action in on Saturday night. Let's talk about the receivers too. Ja'Cory Barney had a big night, 7 catches, 132 yards, and Isaiah Hunter 4 for 82. And Luke Lindenmeyer continues to have a outstanding start to his season.
Yeah, for Luke Lindenmeyer, you know, he gets the touchdown. What a night for him. He gets the touchdown, proposes to his girlfriend at the end of the game. He's seen the ball well right now, Mr. Luke Lindenmeyer, and he has proven to be a real weapon, Andy, at the tight end spot.
And how about special teams? Barney really doing a nice job in terms of attacking on punt returns. That's something we haven't seen in recent years.
Yeah, Ja'Cory Barney goes with 87 yards tonight. That's more punt return yards than Nebraska had all of last season. He's aggressive. He's consistent at catching the ball. He let a few go that were non-catchable, and you know, he recognizes when there's not much hang time, and he's going to get a good return. I mean, Akron didn't have a great punter, and he made that guy pay with some of those low early punts in the game. And I'd imagine next week against Houston Christian, we're going to see something similar. I would not be surprised after these 2 games Corey Barney is going to be towards the top of the national punt return board, just based on the opponents and what he did here tonight as well.
No question. And what do you say, leaving Kansas City, we thought there was a big checklist of what they had to get fixed, at least figured out before Michigan. Now you got one more game. What did you like best about tonight, and what do you like moving forward that they have to clean up before Big Ten play starts?
Well, I just like the rhythm, the tempo, the swagger, and the fact they're going to be home now still for a while to kind of continue to play in this comfort zone here. I think moving forward, you still would love to see the early rundown defense improve. Akron was close to 4 yards per carry on first down runs. I mean, in a bigger game, obviously you're going to play teams that are better up front. So, I think that's still a work in progress as far as winning those early rundowns to help your third downs. But tonight it didn't matter. Nebraska was so good on third down that giving up 4 on first down wasn't really putting them in too tough a spot.
Yeah, it took them to the woodshed. It's a woodshed game, they call it, as Nebraska knocks off Akron 68-0 here at Memorial Stadium. The Huskers will hope to finish non-conference season perfectly when they host Houston Christian next Saturday.